Well, the gripping family saga Vikings returns this Thursday for their third season on the History Channel. The 10-episode season will continue the extraordinary tales of the lives and epic adventures of these Viking warriors and what life was like in the Dark Ages. Katheryn Winnick, who plays the character Lagertha, joins us now. Good morning, Katheryn. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Good morning, Heather. Thanks for having me.
And of course, we are all very excited for the season 3 premiere this Thursday of Vikings. And your character, Lagertha, actually plays a shield maiden. What is that? Can you tell our viewers a little bit about what that is and maybe some of the responsibilities that title holds?
Sure. A shield maiden. First of all, I played Lagertha Lothbrok, who actually existed. And her legend, she's a famous shield maiden, and her legend is told through sagas. So when I first started, I got the character description and the scripts. I went online, and there were just a few things on Lagertha. Now you go online, there's definitely a lot more information out there. But basically, a shield maiden is a woman warrior who fights alongside with men. And my character was married to Ragnar Lothbrok, who became king. And she is not only a young mother and a warrior, but she also now in season 3 is an earl in her own right and is in position of strength and power. So it's a very fun show. And shield maidens actually existed. Funny enough, they just did a documentary and they dug up some old graves and they found women warriors there buried with their axe and the sword and the shield and their armor. So we actually have proof that shield maidens, I was going to say we, existed.
Well, of course, we now think of you as Lagertha after watching the first 2 seasons. And actually, in the first 2 seasons, you had some pretty impressive fighting. And I'm wondering, are we going to get a lot of the same in season 3?
You will see me fight. I love fighting, truthfully. I always get a high from fighting. It's amazing, especially when you're fighting with a sword and shield. You get hit so many times. At one point, you're looking down at your hands. You're like, okay, what's my blood? What's stage blood? Because you can't tell. You get all these nicks, but you keep on going. If there's 3-4 cameras shooting at once, and we're shooting these massive, epic battles with horses, different warriors, and 200 background actors, you just kind of have to roll with the punches, and you need to be able to improvise. And I think I've been fortunate enough because of my martial art history and training in martial arts before I was an actor. I was able to kick some ass, even if we forget the coordination or the fight choreography. So it's definitely a very fun role for me to play.
And Katheryn, I'm really glad that you mentioned your martial arts experience. You actually were a black belt at age 13, is that right?
Yes. I started my first martial arts school at the age of 16, and I had 3 in Toronto, and now I teach women's self-defense. But I started in the business by teaching actors martial arts on movie sets, and that's how I kind of got my foot in the door. I remember when I first started, I actually couldn't afford my first headshot, so I ended up getting the set photographer to shoot me out in the field behind the set. In exchange for headshots, I gave her martial art lessons.
Oh wow, Katheryn, and you know, we have to tell our viewers too, you're actually not a stranger to the big screen as well. We just saw you play alongside Charlie Sheen in a 2012 film, and of course we saw you in Killers with Ashton Kutcher. Now you're going to be in a new film releasing in 2016 with Gerard Butler. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The film is called Geostorm. Dean Devlin directed it. It's one of those big blockbuster movies, and some of it takes place on land, some of it takes place in outer space. And it's an incredible group of cast. I'm really excited just to see all the visual effects on it, just because we actually shot a lot of it in NASA facilities, which was really cool, just to get that NASA badge. But it's coming out in 2000, I guess next year, and completely different from this. The director was a big fan of Vikings, him and his wife, and I'm just glad that I got invited on set and getting a chance to play a character more modern, and it's fun just to be able to go straight from Ireland into another set and try something new.
Well, Katheryn, we are looking forward to seeing that film releasing in 2016, and of course, the season 3 premiere of Vikings this Thursday. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for having me.
And stay where you are. The Morning Blend will be right back.